Hello, good day everyone. Today we'll be discussing about the simple apprehensions. So let's go with the objectives. At the end of the lessons, the students will be able to recognize and understanding of simple apprehension as the first and basic mental activity of the mind. Value the formation concept as an effective usage for critical thinking. And number three is apply and practice simple apprehension in the basic decision making. Okay, so this lesson deals with the simple apprehension as the first mental activity of the mind, which includes the meaning, formation, concept process of forming ideas and properties, the characteristics of idea. So those are the things that we are going to discuss today. Now let's go with the simple apprehensions. Okay, so simple apprehension is actually a fundamental operation of the mind. Okay, so begins to function when the apprehended abstract or general meaning of the things around us. So that's very general. Okay, so let's go in the details. The consequences of the operation is the formation of idea. So therefore, there is a formation of idea. Hindi tayo basta-basta magkaroon ng idea, kundi paano ba nabubuo tong idea? Okay? So, this idea is understood a process of abstractions takes place. Okay? I'll give you examples later on. So, this process begins with the intellect, ignores or extracts the accidental different qualities of a thing. It focuses on the characteristic essentials and common to all members of a class or a group. This process is otherwise called ideogenesis. Take note of this, or the intellectual evolution of concept. Okay. So for us to understand more clearly what is simple apprehension, okay, so let us go into the details. Okay, let's begin with the reality. Reality is understood as the total sum of existing individual beings, whether material or spiritual. Take note of that. It consists of real things, of actual facts, of material objects. Okay? So what you see is actually that's reality. Okay? What you see around you, what you are experiencing right now, just like for example the pandemic, that's already reality. Okay, so let us consider the faculty. So before we are going to understand what's reality is, and to understand more deeper what is reality and on how the ideas form, let's go with the faculty. Okay, take note of the word faculty. Faculty, according to Joven, it is refers to instinctive knowing powers of human person. This is instinct. No? We are using our instinct. So therefore, if we are using our instinct, then therefore it starts with our senses. Sight, smell, taste, hearing, and touch. So first, no, the animals can do that, of course. No? When these powers to see, hear, taste, or smell are aroused or stimulated, the process of sensation is at work. So we have the sense of image already because we are using the faculty of this one, the instinctive powers, okay? The faculty of hearing, tasting, smelling, or and so forth and so on. At work, and the sense of image will then be representation of reality. So for example, you have a sense of an aroma, which is aroma of coffee. So therefore, masasabi mong may kape because nai-smell mo na may kape. Okay? So the image becomes the input to imagination. So for example, you smell the aroma, no? And then you are imagining a black coffee, for example. So you can say there's a black coffee. So you are imagining it. So imagination. So take note of this faculty And then let's go with the imagination. So ini-imagine mo ngayon na mayroon siyang kape doon. So imaginations is the process or power of forming pictures in the material organic faculty of things. Okay, so therefore you see here, imaginations is a process. Pinaprocess mo na siya sa imaginations mo na mayroong kape doon because you smell a coffee or you see a baso, no, na may mainit na tubig at nakikita mo yung usok, and therefore merong kape. So material organic faculty of things not present. So pinaprocess na lang imaginations mo. It reproduces a previously formed a sense of image into a phantasms, the output image or product of imaginations. So, nagkaroon ka ngayon ng phantasm because that is already the product of your imaginations. Now, what is phantasm? So, it's a new picture in the inner eye. So, nabuo na yung process ng imaginations kaya nagkaroon ka ng phantasm of what is coffee is. It is an indirect and imaginative representation of reality. Okay? So, imaginative representation of reality. It represents imperfectly the sense of image. So, therefore, magsasabi mo may kape doon because you see using your faculty of your sense of your senses. For example, you see a smoke in the or you see a bottle or cup of coffee, or you smell the aroma. So those are examples. Okay, so therefore nagkaroon ka ngayon ng phantasms. However, no, the new representations reaches the intellect. So nare-reach niya yung intellect mo. The human intellect, through the process of abstractions, now discards, ignores, removes, eliminates, or includes the differential, physical, or accidental characteristics, features, or aspects of reality. So the mind mirrors and reads into this essence or substance of the nature of the thing, grasping, apprehending this essence. The mind's apprehensions of the essence is called idea. So nabuo na yung idea mo. You have an idea of what is black coffee is because you are using the faculty, your imaginations, your phantasms, and then here it became an idea. So this idea is the representation of essence, the mind by the mind. It represents the phantasm, therefore also represents the reality, the essence, which is outside the mind. Alright? Before we're going to proceed with the oral or written expression, let's go with this example. Okay, so let's take a look on the example here. Okay, so kanina sabi natin this is the faculty. Okay, faculty, sense of touch. I can touch sticky. Okay, sticky. So that is sensation. The texture aroused my sensation or instinct to touch. I sense that the texture is sensational. Sensational, that pleasure my sense. Okay, but there is already a sense of image here. So example, I sense now an image of a pleasant object which is sticky texture. So you are imagining already. Imaginations, I imagine these sticky objects. So that is already imaginations. Pinaprocess po na siya. So what is phantasm? Phantasm, the result of my imagination, is a sense of knowledge of definite object with sticky textures. So these are examples. So you hear, so glue, pwedeng ano yan, syrup, so forth and so on. Those are examples of sticky. Okay? So therefore, nagkakaroon ka ngayon ng idea of what are those things. So the result of my imagination is a sense of knowledge of definite object with sticky texture. So you form maybe this is a glue, maybe this is a syrup, or so forth and so on. So what is about abstraction? Abstraction, my mind mirrors or sees the essence of that sticky object by disregarding the physical characteristic or accidental features. So my intellect now understands or apprehends that the representations of that essence. So, di naman siya glue pero sticky siya. Hindi naman siya yung nilalagay sa pancake, syrup, and so forth and so on. But it is a strawberry pala. Strawberry ba yan? Yes. So, that is strawberry. So, nagkakaroon kami ng idea. So, you see here that the importance of imaginations and phantasms, and then at the same time, abstractions. So, you can go, nakikita mo kung ano yung tamang talagang idea. Now, let's go with the oral or written expression is an idea. That term is language expressions. When this term is predicated, related, extended, or applied to another term, it has logical issues or predicability. Of course, magbabago yung kanyang uh, uh, idea, the meaning of the idea. Okay? Okay. So, characteristics of idea. Okay? So, an idea may be considered in its intrinsic, and extrinsic applications. So, intrinsic constitutions refers to the comprehension of an idea. Pag sinabi ng comprehension is the general thing. While the extrinsic, kung ano yung applications, refers to the object. Okay? Which the idea can represent, also known as the extensions of the idea. So, let's take a look on the examples down below. Okay? So, example, idea of a man. It representation. So, pag sinabi nating man, no? Pag sinabi nating man, no? Of course, that is a comprehension. So, pero anong klaseng niyang extension? Anong klaseng tao? Is it lalaki ba o babae? Okay? So, it is not a picture like the picture of a man canvas. It is not limited representation. So, hindi siya limited, hindi kagaya ng canvas na limited siya. So, unlike the picture of man in canvas, the idea of man can represent any man at any time, in any place, in any attire. It is not daydreaming or a fanciful imaging or a fantasy. All these have the same limitations as the man on canvas. It is the living grasp of the mind of the man in immaterial way. So therefore, no, the representation of the man in the canvas is different from the representation of the man of what is in the mind. No, it is the representation of the essence of a thing, that which makes what it is. So the essence, it is something called whatness of a thing, because it answers the question, what is the thing, or what is the essence of man, or what is your essence as a student. Okay, so its idea or concept, representation of this essence thing in the mind, representation neither in the senses nor on the imaginations. The senses and the imaginations perceive concrete things only. This representation is beyond the capacity of neither the sense nor the imagination. So you can see the power of idea. Relationship of comprehension and extensions of an idea remain always the same. So the extension, however, may change continually while the comprehension increases. Take note of that. So the extension decreases and vice versa. This is called the inversio ratio. So example, what example of comprehension is instrument. Of course, that's very general, no? And of course, there are many kinds of instrument: compass, scissors, ball pen, chalk, pencil, and guitar, etc. So what, for example, writing instruments: ball pen, chalk, pencil. So pagkikita nyo, it's nagiging definite siya. So using ink, no? And that is a ball pen. Okay? So pagkikita niya siya, however, may change continually while the comprehension increases, the extension decreases, and the vice versa. Paliit siya ng paliit. So nagiging definite na siya. Okay? Now, let's go with the idea. Ideas, therefore, can be arranged in their ascending or descending. Pwede mo siyang i-arrange order in terms of their comprehension or extension. So for example, Mazda is a car and it's a vehicle and used for transportations. Are ideas arranged in their ascending order of extensions. Okay? In-arrange natin siya in ascending order of extensions. Okay, so ascending siya in descending order of comprehensions. Okay, so ano yung comprehension dyan? This is transportations. Okay, the extensions are, it's a vehicle, car, and it's a Mazda. So what? Okay. Another thing is structure building. Residence, bungalow. Okay, so what is the comprehension is structure building, and then extension, palit siya ng palit. Residence, bungalow are ideas arranged in the ascending order of extension in descending order of extensions. Okay? So, to understand the relations that exist between the comprehension and extensions, let's take a look in these illustrations. So, comprehensions, substance, spirits, minerals, plants, brutes, and human persons. Another thing is the comprehension, material substance, minerals, plants, brutes, human persons. Living material substance, plants, brutes, human person, and rational sentiment living, human person. As a conclusion, as a whole, the lesson entails simple apprehension as fundamental operation of the mind. It also includes the formation of concepts that gives preciseness and accuracy in order to minimize or even to avoid use simple apprehensions in one important requirement of logical reasoning. Okay, so that's all for today. God bless. Thank you.